The Jets' chances of upsetting the Jacksonville Jaguars just got a little bit more difficult. The odds just got a little bit longer with a variety of injury issues we'll talk about. We still have leftovers from the Josh Myers contract extension and so much more on a Saturday edition of Boy Green Daily. We'll be right back after this.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts. We have injury report news to get to. We've got AG news to get to. We've got, like I said, the Josh Myers extension, which broke in the middle of our show yesterday. There's more ripple effects from that, and we'll get into all of that here on the program. As you head on in, we are streaming live in 3 different locations, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. The optimal place to watch a show is on YouTube in our video world. Make sure you guys like the video. If you are watching on YouTube, make that a part of your routine. As soon as you come in, just hit that like button. That helps support the show and grow the show. Also, shout out to the people that watch the YouTube show after the fact. You can still like the video, and the audio-only listeners, wherever you listen to your podcast. It is a Saturday, so we got a special co-host for today's festivities. That is none other than Hop on Pop.
Hey now, good morning, Coffee Club.
Well, it's good to see you. I appreciate the John Cena shout out there and the subsection under Hop on Pop. And yes, John Cena's final match is tonight, which is sad and disappointing. Not disappointing. I mean, I guess it is disappointing, but it is sad because for any wrestling fan that grew up in the 90s, John Cena was the man. So to now see him after all these years finally turn it in tonight with one final match. And he says that wrestlers never really retire. So he's going to be the first one to truly retire because as soon as he does his final match, he says you will never see him again in the jorts and everything else. So he says, you'll see him in a suit and tie the next time that you see him. So old John Cena is over. But the Jets released some John Cena Jet jersey photos. So a big shout out to the New York Jets from John Cena in the past, donning the Jets twice when he's worn some of these jerseys, whether it's a Gasno jersey or what have you, back in the younger days of one John Cena. So beautiful. Salute to John Cena, the old JC. There you go. Nice job, Pop. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'm just, I'm not a fan of the choice of opponents for his last match. I thought it could be someone better.
Yeah,
but,
I agree.
Definitely deserves a great send-off.
Yes, for sure. Gunta is who John Cena will be facing off with tonight on Saturday night's main event. And John Cena, in several interviews this week, said he picked no one. He didn't pick any of his opponents in this final run. But I see you're flexing something. First off, you are on mute, so I don't know if that's on purpose or not. But nonetheless,
that's on purpose. As your brother's the loudest snore on planet Earth.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, flex it off.
I went to the Boy Green workshop, which is very much like Santa's workshop. Boy Green hires elves to make his stuff, not because they're in plentiful supply, because they make him feel taller.
I see. Okay.
But anyways, the merch shop, we're going to move away from the old merch shop. So the last time is now to go to the old merch shop and get some of those things that will never be available again. The Baconator shirts, the other things, the Moron shirts. So go get those shirts now. But in the meanwhile, I have a prototype Coffee Club mug, which is fabulous. It looks great. The logo looks great. This is amazing. And this will be coming your way and available for purchase soon. And we have a few ideas as Coffee Club members, what's going to happen with this going forward. But anyways, here's some of the merch. Here's the Coffee Club. We're going to start small and work our way up. So again, the elves are working hard. And by the way, Boy Green, very similar to the photo during training camp, next to elves, looks like the Jolly Green Giant. His 4'3" height of Boy Green looks very large next to the 2 feet tall elves.
Again, Tanner Engstrand is one of the tallest men on the planet. That's been pretty established if you hit that with a Google search. But nonetheless, yes, I know we've had a lot of. Yeah, I see Mahar Khalil saying, I want that Instant Coffee Club t shirt. And Mahar, that is in the shop. So the shop is not available yet. The shop that my pop is referencing down in the YouTube description down below is our old shop. And there was, unfortunately, a lot of problems with that. So we will be transitioning hopefully soon here to the new merch shop. So my pop got a look at it. We're doing it a different way. So some interesting stuff will be coming, and we'll let you know as soon as that grand opening occurs. There you go. All right, Pop. Well, let's get into it. There's a lot of stuff to sort of unpack here. First off, Aaron Glenn, I don't know if you saw his press conference yesterday, but Aaron Glenn's got jokes. He's got jokes. He opened up his press conference saying, oh, wow, small group here because I have a big announcement. I'm coming out of retirement at the age of 53 to suit up for the Jets, and I'll see you guys in Buffalo. Now, it felt like a multi-pronged joke. First off, Philip Rivers at 44 years old came out this week, so a little tip of the cap over there to old Philip. And also because after Aaron Glenn said that, he immediately read a very lengthy injury report for the Jets, and they could use a body even at 53 years of age. So nice little Aaron Glenn's got jokes. He's getting a little looser with the media. Very nice.
Yeah. It's a weird, his relationship with the media is awkward and uncomfortable.
Okay.
Kind of like that uncle that I always wanted you to come in and give him a hug. But, he's aggressive. First, he's aggressive to them and unnecessarily. And it's just he's just got a weird relationship. Hold on a second. Anyways, yes, he's just got a weird relationship, and now he's goofy. Now that he's punch drunk, maybe because he's been knocked out, KO'd by the media so many times.
Sure.
But,
yeah, very possible. Well, I'll say this. Let's get to the injury report that is here for the New York Jets, because that's a big reason that the video headline is the video headline. And again, I'm going to show you on the screen the literal injury report here, but it's less to me about so the Jets travel to play the Jacksonville Jaguars tomorrow. They're a 13.5-point underdog. That is tied for the largest spread of the week. The only spread that is either tied or slightly bigger, depending on the book that you go to, is the Colts Seahawks game with 44-year-old Philip Rivers, likely getting the start there. So the Jets are heavy underdogs of this game. And this injury report I'm about to show you decreases their chances of winning the game, which, that sucks. But the more important thing to me is that we're going to miss seeing a lot of young players. The Jets ruled out 5 players yesterday and then put 2 more questionable. The top 2 quarterbacks on the depth chart are out, Tyrod Taylor, Justin Fields, whatever, pass the biscuits. That sets up for Brady Cook to have the first start of his NFL career. He'll be the first undrafted free agent rookie quarterback to start for the Jets in 50 years. So that's cool. We'll get to evaluate whatever the hell Brady Cook is. But the other 3 are the ones that I'm like, damn, that sucks, because with 4 games left, for me, it's evaluation mode, and I want to see what these young cats have, and there's nothing that can simulate live game reps. So Francisco Mauigoa, rookie linebacker, he has already been ruled out with a neck issue. Mason Taylor, rookie tight end, of course, the second-round draft choice, neck issue. He's ruled out already. And then Azareye'h Thomas, the Jets' rookie corner, was ruled out with a shoulder. So the Jets lose 3 of their young players, 2 of the top 3 draft picks they had in April. And to me, that's the most disappointing part of all this. The 2 players, by the way, who are questionable are Stone Smart and Cam Jones, respectively. But that's the part that sucks for me, because for the rest of this 4 games, it's evaluation mode. And also this, Pop, if the Jets somehow upset the Jaguars, which is possible, crazy shit happens on a week-to-week basis, but it's going to feel a little less full if Alan Lazard catches the game-winning touchdown pass, because he's not going to be here next year. If the Jets got upset wins and it happens with AG at the helm, you feel good for AG, but you want the young players to be the reason. Azareye'h Thomas had a pick 6. Mason Taylor had the game-winning touchdown. Francisco Mauigoa had a big stop on a goal-to-go situation. The fact that some of that won't be there, it's not like every rookie on the team is out, but that's a big chunk of the intrigue for me, Pop, here with this, and perhaps the most disappointing part of all this.
Yeah, and I can't pronounce the names like you, so I'll talk about their positions, and you can fill in the names. I'm sorry. So I'll talk about the positions, and you can talk about the names. I'm not going to pronounce the names. I would say I'm less disappointed with Mason Taylor in the linebacker. Say his name again. Sorry.
Francisco Mauigoa.
Yes. Well, there you go. Thank you for saying that. I'm less concerned because I think we know what we have there. That's not really. However, the cornerback from Florida State, who I definitely can't pronounce his name.
Azaria Thomas.
Azaria Thomas. Very good. So Azaria Thomas is one that I do think it's a miss because we think, it's like, maybe, right? But we're not lock, stock, and sold like we are on the other two, especially, Mason Taylor, right? We know what we have there.
Well, like AZ Thomas right now has not done enough to be an unquestioned starter at corner in 2026.
To my point, right? So that last 4 games, I'm with you right now, and I think it was before this, but right now we're really in assessment of like what do we really have, and I would point to a few players like the cornerback from Florida State. I'd also point to the Georgia wide receiver, Arian Smith, right? He's a perfect example of what these last 4 games. Arian Smith, let Brady cook. Those are the two for me. You got a 4-game runway. We know what we have. You give you the first team reps. We put it on the film. We get it on the tape, and now we have business decisions to make with a set of data, right? We're not coming in. Preseason's different than it used to be, but you'd have like that last preseason game 3 or 4, whatever it was, that you'd show up and show out. These people, unfortunately, but fortunately, have a 4-game, like, here's a resume, on the job training, and then we should be able to. We walk out January 5th, right? Aaron Glenn should be able to go, yep, I know what we're doing there, I know what we're doing there, and I know what we're not doing there. So that's the benefit of the situation the Jets are in right now.
Yes, I concur. And the other news I wanted to get to is it happened at the end of the show yesterday, but there's still a lot of ripple effects. We weren't able to dive in deep. We were taking phone calls and stuff, so it was only really a passing mention. We didn't really get to, like I said, explain it and react to it properly. Josh Myers was extended on a 2-year deal for $11 million. That includes $6 million in guaranteed money. He gets a nice raise. He signed on a 1-year deal for $2 million. He got no real interest in free agency last year. Ends up coming to the Jets. Has a nice year where so let's sort of evaluate it here before we talk about it. So Josh Myers gets signed. He signs to compete with Joe Tippmann for the center job. And a lot of us kind of have the heebie-jeebies. Like, most of us assumed Joe Tippmann would be the starter, but man, there was a lot of Myers noise. Like, damn, was Tippmann about to go to the bench? And then ultimately what ended up happening is that Tippmann and Myers battled it out for the starting center job. Myers lost. He was set to be a backup. And then AVT unfortunately blew out his triceps right before the year, so they called an audible at the line of scrimmage. Joe Tippmann kicks to right guard. Josh Myers in at center, and then the rest is history. The Jets are the only team in the NFL this season that started the same 5 offensive linemen in every game so far this season. That's the first time they've been able to do that so deep into a season. Jets is a franchise since 2012. So for all, and again, we'll take your phone calls later, for anyone that did not like this signing, I think it gives the Jets optionality. And also, say what you will about Josh Myers, but he's been the center, the leader of the group, the guy who's making play call protections and everything else for a unit that's been able to stay together in a big piece of that continuity. So I'm not saying that he's the greatest center of all time, but he's a solid piece, and the Jets retained a solid piece.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll tell you that I'm not as familiar with the average starting salary of the 6 offensive linemen in the NFL. Like, I don't have that data right here. It's not my notebook. Right.
Sure, right.
But I would say, that the deal that we got to bring him to the Jets, he did exactly why he was signed. He filled the role exactly why he was signed. We weren't scrambling, right? He was there. He was a plug and play. And I hear the naysayers out there, right? You look at the PFF rankings, and you have to scroll a few pages before you find out where Josh Myers is hanging out, right? It's in the 30 to 32 range. But with that being said, I wouldn't have let him walk away. I think they might have overpaid, but again, I don't have this stat sheet of how much these players cost. I don't think, the Jets, what did we say? It was a 1 year, $2 or $3 million contract for this
Oh,
year.
yeah. So the initial deal was a 1 year deal for $2 million.
Yeah. So, there was not a lot of interest. We got him for $2 million. My math is not great, but I would have said he wouldn't have garnered a lot of interest based on this year's play. We probably could have got it for I'm good with signing him. From my limited experience and knowledge of the NFL numbers, it seems like we could have got him for significantly less than we did. But getting him is not a bad move at all. And I would just like to say we got to not act like Mayo, right? We have a lot of money, but we don't have money to burn. So in this case, I think it's a good signing, right? I don't think they signed him to be the starting center or starting anything. They got him for exactly the reason he filled today. I think it might have been overpay by a few mil, but again, I'm not a numbers expert as it relates to the NFL. So good signing, my opinion. A little high. He probably 2 years, 10 million, 2 years, 9 million. That probably is more, and I don't know how much is guaranteed. We don't have those numbers yet.
6 million guaranteed for him. That came out yesterday. We have, again, 2 year deal for 11 million, 6 million of that guaranteed. Here's the thing I would say. I see a Taylor Sterling comment and I saw an analyst comment, and I want to combine those together. Will Parkinson, NFL analyst, it's been a while since he's joined our show, but Will said on social media that this is sort of, right, they signed Josh Myers to be blah, and he was better than blah. He exceeded expectations. So, and I go to Taylor Sterling's comment over here on YouTube. Thanks for the comment, and you guys can keep those questions and comments going. AG said he did address it yesterday during his press conference, saying that Myers earned it, and it's a reward for filling in this year and being solid. So I don't think it's just a reward like, hey, thanks for what you did last year, and here's like a lifetime achievement award. But I think it is good for the locker room, and Will Parkinson was saying this on social media, that when you sign a guy, 1 year deal, $2 million, and expectations are set here, and said player exceeds expectation, you notice that, you acknowledge that, and you reward that, and because you also think he can help you in the future, I think that rings true in the locker room and can send a very positive message. And I agree with the last point that you said. Josh Myers signing this 2 year deal for $11 million does not guarantee that he's a starting center or starting guard or anything. It provides optionality. Is there a world where he's a starter next year? I could totally see that. That's very possible. I could see they have Josh Myers, they draft a center in the 3rd round, and then that rookie and Josh Myers dukes it out for the starting center job next year. I could totally see that being possible. A lot of Jet fans are drooling over Tyler Linderbaum. Linderbaum's a guy that all of a sudden Myers is your 6th guy. Not bad. How many NFL teams, this is also a statistic I don't have ready in any of these 12 notebooks right here, but how many teams in the NFL, their 6 offensive linemen is over 60 games of starting experience? I don't know that number off the top of my head. As a matter of fact, he has 69 games of starting experience. He had 56 games with the Packers, and then the 13 games this year. Beyond everything else, he's obviously about to add to that pile. So he's got overall experience. He's got playoff experience. And to me, it's not my money. It's a 2 year deal for 11 million, 6 million guaranteed. Even if it is a few shekels higher, which we can make that argument potentially, offensive linemen are hard to find. And if you have to show a little bit more for an offensive lineman because you're being proactive and he's being proactive, he could say to himself, I hit the open market. Not a lot of offensive linemen get paid. Maybe I could get more from somebody else, but I like that you, the Jets, gave me a chance, Josh Myers, and you reward me, I reward you. It works out for both parties.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the reward thing, and I'm actually a player guy, but the Jets need to be fiscally responsible, and I'll tell you why. Because teams based on familiarity and sometimes based on winning, like do stupid things, right? And I like to point out when the Philadelphia Eagles do stupid things because it gives me great pleasure. Like they did stupid things with Saquon Barkley, right? They had no reason to re-sign him to a contract. He was under contract in 2025, and that
was a flex for no reason, right? This offseason,
right? And so there's an example. They paid him. Like they set the bar, they set the top of the scale for running backs when they didn't have to. Like Saquon was completely happy; he didn't have to. And Father Time is undefeated. The time is now. Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley is in the middle of the pack this year in rushing. There are people, multiple players, I think it's 3 players ahead of him, that he makes 7 times more than they do a season. 7 times. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. At some point, the players deserve a fair wage for fair work. And we just, well, he really deserved. He's really helped out the team. Okay, buddy. But ask Joe Burrow. That he'd like to probably pay his offensive lineman a little bit more. Although I don't see him offering, as some quarterbacks in the half, to take a few shekels less to bolster his front 5. But he likes to squeal like a little piggy about getting hit. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't want to spend any more on his Bengals offensive linemen because they're terrible. So maybe different offensive linemen is something he may not be opposed.
That's the only team that may be in a bidding war for Josh Myers is the Bengals.
Yeah, I imagine that would have been an upgrade. So, but it goes to show you. So, I get your overall situation. It felt like an Eagles pelvic thrust in the Giants' direction of going, oh, we just won the Super Bowl. He had the greatest running back season of all time. Fuck it, we'll pay you. That certainly coming up here. Now, of course, Saquon was under contract. Josh Myers was set to be a free agent, but I get the overall sense of what you're certainly talking
to
about.
be fiscally responsible. That's all.
Yes. Which again, I don't think this 2-year deal for $11 million with $6 million guaranteed changes the fiscal scale. I don't think we have people, little elves running around the shop with the fire lit on things. Oh, geez, $6 million. We didn't account for this. I think they're going to be just dandy. The Jets have over $100 million in cap space for next offseason. Or this offseason set to come, and then over $220 million in 2027, which is number 1 in the National Football League. By the next closest team is $20 million under the New York Jets, so they are well positioned cap space wise for the next couple of years. So, like I said, continuity is important. The Jets, we just mentioned the stat. The Jets had not had an offensive line that had the same 5 through the first 14 weeks of a season in 13 years, and this year they've ended that drought. And Josh Myers is one of those 5. That's something meaningful in terms of continuity moving forward. Now, I don't think we're going to have the same starting 5 we did at the beginning of the season that we're going to have in 2026. But we'll see who. Now the focus can shift here. John Simpson, ABT. There's 2 other offensive line free agents for the Jets. One is your starting left guard. One was your starting right guard. But what happens? My gut tells me I don't think the Jets bring back ABT. If he's cool coming back on a 1-year deal, then sure, why not? I don't know if he's going to be cool with that. And I don't know why he shouldn't be, because he's had a very long injury history. But I think AVT is going to want a fresh start. He's going to want to go somewhere else. It's been bad juju with the Jets, unfortunately, with all of these injuries. We always say, when he's healthy, he does this. He's not been able to stay healthy. I don't know unless they let John Simpson go and let AVT go back to his original thing where he was a left guard when the Jets first drafted him. So unless they do that and flip-flop it that way, my gut tells me that he's probably gone.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know who AVT is. He hasn't been over the house for coffee in a few weeks, but I would just say that coffee, by the way, this will be coming your way soon. Coffee. Anyways, I would think he'd be willing, especially with his injury history, to set himself up, do a 1-year incentive-laden contract with the Jets, a prove-it deal so that it would set him up for a longer term beyond that. But right now, I think his market value is going to be low based on his injury history and when he's been able to show up on the field. So I think he's going to be all right. Hey, now.
Yeah, we just have to highlight this immediately. I didn't want to cut you off, but wow. Amazing news. We have Johnny Boy, Mr. Jets Worldwide, in the chat. He says, good morning, everyone. Thank you to everyone for the kind words. I really do appreciate it. As we mentioned earlier this week, some very terrible news that Johnny Boy, our guy, had to go to the hospital. So it warms my heart this morning to see a message from Johnny Boy. And we all hope you're doing well, buddy. It's great to see you in here. That was a surprise. I had no idea that you were about to drop in. So, Johnny, we've been thinking about you, man. It's been very scary. So hopefully you continue to heal up, brother. And of course, anything that you guys need. Shout out to Snowball for keeping us as updated as possible in the Discord on your situation as your family would allow, Johnny. So again, just let's throw it up here. Let's do a couple of things. First off, it's Johnny Boy, baby. All right, I'm gonna gift 5 Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Let's do this for Johnny. Let's do this for Johnny right now here on the program. Let's gift 5 memberships to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Let's throw this up for Johnny. Let's throw him in here. Here we go, baby. We got 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Let's celebrate. Let's do this for our guy, Johnny. Here we freaking go. Before we read those 5, Kevin James.
Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, Pop, do you have the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club? Okay. Yep.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, beautiful.
It's Milk D471, Stephen James 9494, the
Okay,
Big
yep.
Lubinski 239, Chris NJ 7587, and Dixon Yaas 123.
I'm so sorry. I won't ask you to repeat that, but thank you for that. So shout out to the Boy Green Coffee Club. I just gifted 5 memberships to you guys, so enjoy. That's a 1-month free trial to the Boy Green Coffee Club, and you're welcome. That was for our guy Johnny Boy, who you guys continue to shower with love and praise in the chat, and for good reason. I see Hop on Pop sending a member shout out here on the program. Let's hear from my daughters, Ryluna.
Wow.
Member for 16 months for Johnny. Yes, so let's keep it rolling for our guy Johnny Boy here on the program. I see Johnny Boy says, and yes, to answer the question, I've been trying to see how far I can take it with the nurses. It's not working well at all. Wow. Thank you, Johnny, for that. And hopefully, again, continued health for Johnny Boy. And real quick, I'll show everybody, because I just gifted a couple of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Let's highlight this month's raffle, baby. Let's highlight this month's raffle and the raffle tickets that are available and how you guys can throw them up. First off, the Nick Mangold tribute shirt, a True Jet 74, the hair, the beard, the aviators, the backwards hat, that's available. I purchased this shirt for the Jets, and that the proceeds from that shirt went to the National Kidney Foundation. So shout out to the Jets for making this available and sending the money to a good cause. This shirt is available this month. We got a Holiday Jet Santa Funko Pop. Why not? Happy holidays, everybody. This is in the mix. And we'll also be doing our tailgate package. And in case you missed our tailgate, we're putting a tailgate in a box. Koozies and bottle openers and the Jets Boy Green Woody tailgate t-shirt and so much more is all going to be thrown in there. We'll throw some other festive celebration surprises in there as well heading over to you. So it should be a good one. We'll be gifting that on January 1st. If you guys would like raffle tickets to that wonderful contest, all you have to do is spend $3 on the channel to make all of that possible here on the program, which is excellent. I see we have another super chat coming in here, so let's throw it up here. Hop on Pop getting involved.
Wow.
A beautiful gesture. Hop on Pop saying, let's put these in for Johnny Boy for the December drawing, and we absolutely can. That'll be our 3 raffle tickets for our guy Johnny Boy. I love it. Let's get a train rolling, try to get Johnny some excellent raffle tickets and see if we can, get him something nice. That would be wonderful. He was a big Nick Mangold fan. He was one of the first people that texted me, unfortunately, when we lost Nick Mangold, and was just saying, like, is this real? And I said, unfortunately, it is, Johnny. So it'd be cool for Johnny, perhaps, to end up with this shirt. To honor the great Nick Mangold, one of the great Jets players of all time. So, Pop, excellent gesture. Thank you.
No, happy to do it. Johnny's a great guy. Hopefully he's not creeping too much on the nurses, but everything to pass the time when you're in the hospital. So
That's for sure. So hopefully, again, Johnny can continue to heal up. Again, we're thinking about you, old Johnny boy, and we'll continue to check in. Jets worldwide, wide. Again, Johnny boy
Wide.
and Snowball here. Pop, is there anything? There's been a lot that's been happening this week, and I don't know how much you've been able to sort of get off your chest here. So before we go to the phone lines, is there anything Jets related or not that you'd like to share?
So I have two
Oh,
things
boy.
I'd like to share.
Oh, boy.
One is a inside tip for the New York Jets for the upcoming draft. I'm setting them up, and I'm telling the coffee club that I unfortunately do not believe the Jets will draft the right person. If you follow what I'm saying,
Yeah.
But I would like to recommend that on day 2.
Okay.
That the Jets, I think they do some evaluation, they do some capitulation, some understanding, and they go after this running back that I'm about to mention in the second.
Okay.
The second person, a lot of people may not know about him, but he would be an explosive addition to the Jets, and he's the number 2 man. He's the number 2 running back for Notre Dame. The price is right, and I think the Jets should draft him in the 3rd or 4th round. I think they should draft the 3rd round to make sure they don't miss out. But Jadarian Price, phenomenal, explosive. The only reason you don't know his name is because Jeremiah Love is that good. But this guy comes in, and there's not a better 1-2 punch that unfortunately we will not see in the college football playoffs in college football than those 2 players. So if the Jets could get him in the 3rd round, they should scoop him up, and he would start out pushing that running back room to the next level. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. He will probably be coming out, and he's a must-grab.
Well, real quick, let me just bring him up for people that don't know. We got to see him in person, of course. Old Jadarian Price there, very talented player. Indeed. Here are his statistics, by the way, which, as my pop mentioned, take that for what you will, being behind some greats like Jeremiah Love. But throughout his collegiate career, he's had 280 carries for 1,700 rushing yards. I'm rounding it up a little bit there. 21 rushing touchdowns. And also, there's a little bit of receiving game in here, I see. Not much, but a little bit. He's had 15 catches for 162 yards and an additional 3 touchdowns. So occasionally he's been used in the passing game as well. So Jadarian Price, is the price right? We'll see. The Jets on day 2 don't have a 3rd round pick, so they would either have to draft them a little bit higher. They have 2 second-round picks, the Jets and the Cowboys, and then several picks on day 3, which they could execute. But interesting. Okay, I'm all for Golden Domer, so very nice.
Yeah, and they could do the trade back and get the 3rd round and something else. I would do that as opposed to giving jumping the gun too soon. But yeah, over 3 seasons at Notre Dame, and like Notre Dame, hate Notre Dame, those involve playoff games, teams of high caliber. He's averaged 6 yards per carry over 3 seasons, 6 yards plus per carry over 3 seasons. And you see him come in, and there's not a drop off from Love. So anyways, be on the lookout. Definitely like to see that name come up for the Jets in the draft upcoming.
Hey, real quick, when we get any, unless you retired, your hop on pop mock drafts, could Jadarian Price be making his way into some of those mocks, is what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
Okay. Go ahead. And you said you have a point number 2?
Point number 2 could be somewhat controversial. So for those of you that get easily, the ones that get easily offended, I'm actually talking to you about this. So, anybody here that's ever played football, I think most of the people we talk to, you hear about everybody's played a lot of football. Anybody that's been in a locker room, anybody that's been in the service, when men get together, they say things, and they may not always be the best things to say that you wouldn't say out loud, at church, but you shouldn't have to apologize for them. So I'm really talking about Bijan Robinson on the Thursday night after the game is over, in the heat of, he's sitting there talking to, by the way, he's talking to probably probably the worst quality person on football television today, Richard Sherman. Google his history and background, knock on his door or punch his wife in the face, whatever you want to do. But anyways, so he's talking to him, and they're just going back and forth. They're having a conversation. And Richard Sherman's like that, when he was Bijan Robinson, who's an amazing running back, breaking tackles. And Richard Sherman kind of sets him up. He's like, hey, man, yeah, you're like, that boy's played some backyard football. And it's just, and now Bijan Robinson is after the game, after all the emotions of the game and the come from behind win. And then he's telling him how he's breaking tackles. And then he's like, yeah, it was just like back in the day when he played Smear the Queer. Now, anybody on, and I won't say it again, but anybody on this that's listening, the 200, 300, 400, how many other people in the room, if you have never played that game, then feel free to say something. If you've never heard of that game, but that's it. The person with the football gets obliterated. That's the entire thing. It's not meant. It is not meant as some political statement. It is not meant as a slur against somebody. It's just a saying, right? It's just a game that kids have played for probably 40 years.
Yes, I can confirm that we played that game when I was a kid. I didn't know what it meant. There was just, I don't know, whoever had the football, you had 10 guys, and then whoever had the football, we're all trying to tackle him. We're all trying to light him up and get the ball free, and then you're king of the hill once you have the ball and you're trying to get away from everybody else or break tackles or anything. So yes, that from all my existence, that's the only name I ever knew that game. I don't know its initial intention of if it was offensive or I don't know. So yes, Bijan took to social media to apologize, and you know, to your point, I think he is set up a little bit when you're talking shop with 5 or 6, guys on there. You guys have cameras on you, and they're giving the right lingo to, like, I don't know. Now I get it. Bijan said it, so I guess it's up to Bijan. But I don't know, man. I don't know what else to call what that game was.
That's what the game is. But anyways, what I just came out to say is Bijan Robinson should take the words of the esteemed UFC two-time champion. And listen, Bijan, you have to apologize. Take this moment to apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. All right, let's go.
Which, by the way, was one of the greatest moments to watch that pay-per-view live with you. And then he went from the bottom of me heart. And they're like, oh, jeez. Well, what? I'd like to apologize. And then just enough of a pause, you're like, oh, the double champ does what the fuck he wants. Yes, I will never forget that ever. Hopefully we do get to see Conor at least fight one more time. It sounds like he wants to do it at the White House card. So either way, I can't keep up with the latest with the legalities and other things that are going on in Conor McGregor's life, but I do hope we get to see him again. So it's disappointing. It's been so many years since Conor McGregor last fought. So salute to Conor McGregor, salute to Bijan Robinson, and we're in a society with a lot of apologies coming for a variety of things. So,
well, I appreciate everyone giving the apologies because that means I don't have to give any.
Well, I don't know if that's how that math works, but nonetheless, I guess that's how it will work. So let's do this. We have a couple hundred people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe again. If you're new to the channel, my name is Paul Esden Jr. My nickname's Boy Green. That's my pop there. It's a family affair here on Boy Green Daily New York Jets video coverage. Tomorrow will be our 5+ hour live stream day. That includes our pregame show, live watch party, and post-game show. Tomorrow, actually, we'll have NFL insider Matt Lombardo on, and he had a 30-minute chat with, I believe it's a Jets scout. I might be misrepresenting that, but it was someone Jets related. He had some anonymous conversation with a high-up Jets person, and they talked about all kinds of stuff that he's going to reveal on the show tomorrow. So I said, oh, phenomenal. Thank you so much. And he'll have a column about it as well. That will also be shared. So I'm looking forward to that. But yes, 5 hours of live stream will be tomorrow for the watch party, the post game, the pregame show, and obviously the rest of this show here today. So it should be a real hoot. All right, Pop. But without further ado, I guess let's send it to your boy Hep.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Fucking Davey, fucking Davey, fucking Davey. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green Daily, fucking Daily, fucking Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone, J-E-T-S, Jets. Boy Green, fucking Daily, fucking Daily, fucking Daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green Daily, fucking Daily, fucking Daily. Special teams watch Jet football with Boy Green. Jet-E-T-S. Let's go!
Welcome back to the show. That was Hep from our live tailgate. And again, I can confirm this, folks. The deposit has been set for the 2026 Boy Green Jets tailgate extravaganza. Again, we have no idea who the opponent is, when it's going to be, or anything of that nature. But the Jets make sure they're on top of it for the people that return and come back and all those things. So, yes, we will be back with a 2026 tailgate special, which should be terrific. So we will keep you guys, up to date on all the new information as we have that available. Pop, do you have a special guest set to join?
Now, what the?
Brody?
Roadster.
My brother?
Hey,
whoa. Hey, what's up, Roadster?
What's up, Jetster?
Hey, it's good to see you, pal.
Good to see you too, bro.
Hey, I've got bad news here, Brody. You know, it's not this week, tomorrow, but next week, the Jets travel to New Orleans to play the Saints. Can you tell?
Do you have a prediction for that game?
And for those who don't know in our chat,
Jets,
my brother Brody is a Saints fan. So, Brody, what's going to happen in that game?
Yeah, what's going to happen in the game?
I predict the Saints are going to whoop the Jets' butt.
What? Hey, come on,
Brody,
man.
Brody, can you show Boy Green? You're wearing his sweatshirt. Aren't you wearing the Boy Green sweatshirt?
No.
Go ahead, show him. Oh, that's not a Boy Green sweatshirt.
Oh, wait, let me see. I got to
here
go
you
full
go.
screen. Didn't get a good look. What the hell? What's going on there?
He said he got that sweatshirt shirt on the discount. They're almost giving them away.
Wow. So yes, for those who don't know, like I said, Pop, Cowboys fan, brother, Saints fan, me, Jets fan. What happened? The world may never know. But nonetheless, Brody, it's good to see you, man. How's it been hanging out with Pop?
Great.
Good. What's on your docket? What are you guys doing?
Well, we're going to go get a workout in after. He's going to pump these guns up.
Oh, okay.
You're a little deflated, so we need
how's the gun show, Brody? How's the gun show?
Go give everyone a double expose here. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's the gun show?
Sweatshirt. Don't take off the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Hey now.
Oh, okay. Someone's been working out. Nice. All right. Good for you, Broadster. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say Mr. Lockwood for us? Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if that will hit.
Can you sing? Can you sing for us, Brody?
Oh, thank you.
No, he's not singing.
Oh, okay. No singing. That's all right. We'll save that for somebody else. But again, guys, make sure you guys like the video. Hit subscribe here. Again, the math doesn't math, Pop. I see that we have 100 people in the room, but only 40 likes. Can you give some advice?
Yes, I think we should take that the like button to Pound Town. All right. Well, we tried there.
Yeah, that's all right. Here we. Yeah, go ahead, Brody. You got it.
Jet.
He's got a question for you.
Do you think the Saints are going to draft Garrett Nussmeier?
Garrett Nussmeier. Yes, I think that's most likely. His father is on the Saints coaching staff now. Before the year, we thought he was going to be a first-round pick. Based on his play this season, I don't believe that's going to happen. So he's more likely a day 2 pick. Again, the most likely place is from him to stay in the New Orleans area and to go to the Saints. Yes,
Garrett
Nussmeier.
There you go. All right.
Some LSU action.
Any last comment before you?
Sure. Go ahead.
Take care of your sabbatical there.
What do you think?
All right, we're live here. Right.
Oh, okay. Quick huddle. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Who that nation?
No, you go ahead. Just say
Who that nation?
Oh,
there you go. I think you said who day. Did you say who day?
I said who that?
Yeah. By the way, what's up with that? By the way, the Bengals who day, who dat? Like what? Like I've heard both, but like what's going on there? Like that seems eerily similar. Yeah.
Which was first? You know,
good question.
I think I never heard who day before because I mean you don't hear much come out of Ohio, anyways. But
that's probably true. Yeah. But okay, we'll work on that. But okay.
But anyways, who dat, Brody? Who dat? All right, go take a break.
What about Joe Burrow on the Saints?
Oh, that'd be nice. I prefer him on the Jets, but yeah, I like all the LSU action there. Wait, what about your boy Tyler Shuck? Didn't he show you a little something? You're already ready to ditch him? The body isn't even cold yet. What the heck?
That is pretty cold, Brody.
You guys just drafted with a top 40 pick. You're just done. You're shucking Tyler Shuck?
Yeah, this is
what the shuck?
Rather trade him to the Jets.
Thank you. He's going to
That's
trade
very
Stroll
nice.
to the Jets
Thank
for a few oysters.
Thank you. Yeah, we really want that old
I
bastard
really
who was in
wanted
college
that
for 30
LSU
years.
tight
What?
end.
Who? Oh, Mason Taylor. Thanks. Yeah, you can't have him. Thanks. Yeah,
All right.
that
All right,
LSU
Brady.
boy staying here. We'll give you
see you.
Jamal
Say goodbye
Adams.
to everybody. Say
You
goodbye to all
want
your
an LSU
fans.
guy? I'll give you Jamal Adams. He's available. But
Say goodbye
yeah.
to all your fans, Brody.
Yeah, here you go. Bring your full screen. Feel free to say hi to your fans.
Hi, my fans and my brother's fans.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, there
all
you
right,
go.
take a
Yeah.
break, buddy.
Way to spread some of the fan love. There he is. My brother Brody, my eldest brother, Brody. Yes, big family. So it's always good to involve the family coming up there as well. All
Speaking
right.
of big, he's about twice the height of you, Boy Green.
Is he? Yeah. Okay. He is big. I guess it's all relative to me. I'm so close to the Earth's surface that everyone is dramatically taller. But yeah, he's like 6'4" or something, maybe.
Yeah, he's large.
Yeah, quite.
He's
All right,
large.
there you go. He's a big
He's
boy.
supersized. You can't supersize anything anymore, but he's supersized.
Well, whoever the gods were on the gene splitting there, 6'4", 5'3", not sure what happened there, but
You
that's
get the platform shoes on when you get that 5'3" measurement. Come
on. Slanted hill. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Hep's up first. Hep.
Hey guys, it was nice to meet Brody.
Yes.
You know, in the day they used to have, there was a Mad Max Thunderdome, and there was a character called Master Blaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you can go in the back. You can go in the back of your brother's shoulder. You can be the Master Blaster.
I like that.
Okay, there you
Master
go. That's
yeah.
a nice call out. There you go.
Yeah, but me and you are the same, so me and you are in the
Yeah.
same boat. You know.
I'll be honest, Hep. That was perhaps one of the most surprising things to the tailgate. When I saw Hep, I had you in my head of what I thought, because we see each other every day, and I thought you were going to come towering in. So when we were on an equal playing field, I'm like, hey,
yeah, and we're both running backs too.
There you go.
Anyway,
that's right. We stick together.
I just want to tell Brody one thing about Saint Nation.
Yeah.
You know, they got all them alligators down there. And my mama says alligators are angry because they got too many teeth and no toothbrush.
No, there you go.
Look,
all right, peace out, guys. We'll see you tomorrow on the rebound.
Yeah, there you go, Hep. Yes, a game day episode. New York Jets, Jacksonville Jaguars. Jets have back-to-back road games at Jacksonville, at New Orleans, home for New England, then come back for one more road trip. That's at Buffalo. 3 of the final 4 are on the road for the New York Jets this season. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. It's the legendary Easy OC here on the program. Easy. Oh, what do we have? Let me get a quick gander here.
Is it an easy omelet to Eastern Western?
No. I made last night. I made sausage and peppers and onions, and I put in some zucchini and just a little tiny bit of pizza sauce at the very end. I'm almost done with it.
Yeah. Let's go full screen here. Let me see that. Go ahead. Show it one more time.
Full
Easy.
screen.
Yeah. Wow. There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. The sausages were on sale for like $3.50 a pack, and they're like, with the friggin' prices now, they're usually like almost $7 for the Johnsonville, Italian sausages. So
yeah, you got to take advantage when it hits.
Yeah. I got a steak in there for maybe tonight or tomorrow night.
Ooh, nice steak. Okay.
I get those. I'll tell you what's good.
All right, sure. Lay it on me.
Flat iron steaks. I don't know if you've ever tried a flat iron steak.
Of course. Yeah.
Now, you can't overcook them. If you overcook them, they get tough. But if you cook them medium rare,
okay,
or just a touch more than medium rare, you don't let them steaks get brown inside, because then they're tough. But if you cook them medium rare, they have the flavor of a ribeye.
Really?
And they're really good because they got this little fatty layer on top. So if you braise them quick, what I do is I put a little avocado oil and a little butter in the pan, let it heat up. Then I put it in and I just let it braise, and I don't do it until it moves on its own, because eventually it'll release from the pan itself. And then you flip it over and you do the same thing. You let it braise until it releases on its own. And then you flip it, another minute and then another minute. And then if you're not that good with timing and stuff, you can cut it and look in the middle and see what it is. But as long as you don't cook them more than medium, they'll be good.
Yeah, because I'm normally a medium guy on my steaks. I'm normally medium.
But you can't overcook this steak. It'll get tough. But if you cook it right, it is soft. Not as soft as filet, but it's still nice and soft
Okay.
if you don't overcook it, and it's got
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
have to
flavor.
add that to the list. I like that. Okay, thank you, EC.
Yeah, I was. I'm not a genius when it comes to these college guys, so all I did was I typed in who's currently the best college football center,
Yeah.
and it came up with that guy. Jonah. I forgot what I typed.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I'll
Anyway,
type in your
he's a
same
center
question
out
to
of
Google.
Iowa. He's the Remington Award winner for best
Oh,
center in
it's
college.
Alon's guy. Alon's guy. Yes.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about. Yes.
And then Alon even said to me, "Who said you could channel me or something like that?"
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Because earlier in the program we were talking about Josh Myers and his contract, and
Right.
I agree with you. I think a little bit of that raise that they gave him was because we pretty much got him almost for free.
100%.
As an experienced starting NFL center, we got. So I think what they did was, well, we're going to pay you
Logan
this.
Jones, by the way, is the name
what-
Alon is saying. Logan Jones.
Logan Jones, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Logan Jones. But I think what they did was they compensated him for really good play, and they gave him the extension. And I agree, that's really good for the locker room.
Sure.
Because this like the guys will go, all right. So if I come here and they give me a how do you do contract, and I do well on my next contract, they'll reward me for my good play.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to be recognized. No, the thing that people hate more than anything else in this world is being ignored.
Yeah.
So with that being said, hey Pop, what does that cup say?
And what is that?
Oh, you got the Boy Green Coffee Club.
Oh,
cup.
the brand new one. Yeah, he's down in South
cool.
Carolina right now.
I've been to the lab.
Yeah.
I've been to the Boy Green.
What's on the other side?
No, this
does it
is
say
it.
Jet? It
Nope,
doesn't
it's
say
just
Jets
this.
on the other side.
Nope.
Oh, I can't get it then. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the new merch shop is actually going to be family. So it's the shop is down in South Carolina, and that's where everything will work out of once everything is finished. So yeah, he's down there in South Carolina, so we got to go see the physical shop and see everything. So fingers crossed.
Does Pop have an emoji? And are you going to have a cup with the Imamji so someone can get the entire Esden family?
Yeah, that's true. So here's Pops. This is Pops emoji. We don't see it often, but that is a Pops emoji there for sure. We have Imam G's, which is that one. She's been a workout warrior, breaking all these strength
Your mom
records.
is a lovely lady.
Thank you very much. What's it? CrossFit, is that what it's called? Pop is.
Yep, that's it. She's in.
There you go. The CrossFit. There you go. All that jazz. Nice.
I was going to say something funny about you being 5'3" and your brother being like 6'4" or something.
Yeah.
It's like basically your height difference is so vast that you guys experience time dilation.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I did not. I was the apple that fell a little far from the tree, but that's okay. Different.
Are you the youngest?
No, I'm the runt. I'm in the middle. I've got younger sisters. I have older brothers.
Okay, that's funny. I always found it funny when like the baby brother, the youngest brother, is like there used to be a cartoon character named Baby Huey, and he was like this like 7. He was like the youngest of the family, but he was like 7 foot tall kind of thing. They were ducks or something like that, or chickens or ducks or something. But baby, they were ducks, yeah. And Baby Huey was just he was like the baby of the family. He was just this gigantor thing. What?
Oh no! Oh wow! Brody popped up on screen out of nowhere in his Saints uniform.
Yeah, but he's not Baby Huey because he's not the youngest.
That's true. Our youngest is
the youngest would have to be
14,
like.
Yeah.
This would be like if everyone in the family was like your size or normal, like 5'8", and then all of a sudden at the very end, after like having 4 or 5 kids, they have this like lurch dude at the end. That would be a Baby Huey.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't say he's my baby brother. You'd have to call him. You could never call him your little brother. You'd have to say he's my younger brother.
That's a good point. That would be accurate.
Anyway, back to football. What do you think about the Jets possibly with one of their first round picks getting this center out of Iowa?
Again, I am for a lot of different avenues the Jets can pursue. Whether it's Logan in the draft, you can make a lot of sense. Him and Josh Myers, you shove them in a room. One of them has a knife. One of them's walking about. One of them's not. That's your starter. And then you have the other as a quality backup. If the youngster wasn't ready, fine. Let him marinate. Let him braise, if you will. And then until he's ready to rock and roll and go.
Right.
If people want to
'Cause-
splash for Linderbaum again, that would
Well,
make a
free
lot of sense
agency
to me
is
too.
first. Free agency is before the draft. So by the time you go to the draft, you have an idea of what your squad is going to potentially look like. So if we decide not to keep AVT, or if AVT agrees to a prove it deal, that will have a lot to do with what we go forward with. Because if we can get AVT on a prove it deal, then we could move Tippmann back to center.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Josh Meyer backing everybody up. You know, Josh Meyer could back up the entire interior offensive line.
Yeah.
You know, he could cover for Simpson as well. But
yeah, there's a lot of optionality.
But I still think we should try to get a good quality guy. Maybe we could package. How many like 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks do we have in this year's draft? If you could look that up.
Jets draft picks for 2026. We have. Let's see. So the Jets have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, this is all jumbled. Let me go to Spot Trek. It'll have that. Well, the only thing we don't have, and it's up here in 2026.
We don't have a third.
We don't have a third. This is what we have. We have 2 firsts. We have 2 seconds. We have a 4th. We have a 5th. We have a 6th, and then we have 4 7ths. Excuse me, for the Titans,
4
Bills,
7ths.
and then 2 of our own. So, yeah. Yeah,
trade all 4 of the 7ths
and a Spot Trek this year.
I would trade all 4 of the 7ths and a 6th to try to get up to maybe the 4th round or something and get another guy. But I'd like to see I'd like to see an O lineman. Obviously, if I don't want to trade up for a quarterback because we have needs, I'm hoping that a decent quarterback in this draft will fall to us. Remember, not every quarterback has to be a blue chip. Some guys develop. I mean, if you've ever heard of a basketball player by the name of Michael Jordan,
I think I've heard him before.
Yeah, I think he was pretty. He played for some team out in the Midwest. I heard he was pretty good.
The Wizards. Well, the Wizards. Sure.
Yeah. No, that was afterwards. But he didn't even make to varsity in high school.
So see,
did you know that he didn't even make the varsity squad in high school? So there are some guys that can develop if they have the size and the intangibles, like the long arms. They say they like the offensive linemen to have the long arms so they could push the defender away from them and stuff like that. Joe Blewett talks about that stuff all the time. Their hand positioning and all. Yeah, he's really good at doing that stuff.
Yeah, we got to get him back on.
Instead of Mel Kiper, maybe you get Joe Blewett on and ask him, besides the guys that win the awards and get all the names called, like the Remington Award winner for best center, and who's the sleeper center that Joe Blewett would think has like the intangibles as far as size, technique, arm length, all that stuff, and because he probably knows some of the sleepers in the draft.
He probably does. I'll have to check in with Joe Blewett to see what our other center options are, for sure. I appreciate that, Easy. And here's this. We have a super chat coming in right now on the program. It's our guy, Lou B, who says, my claim to fame is being the cameraman for the BG Tanner photo. Yes, this that you guys may have seen in training camp. There it is. Shout out to Lou B. Several things Lou B deserves a lot of love for. Invited me out to Jets training camp, so I went with him this was the Jets Giant joint practice. So I got to hang out with Lou B and meet him in person after all these years of interacting on the show and things of that nature. So I got to meet him in person. That was awesome. And then after, me and Lou B got to go to this private area, got to meet some of the coaches, the players, and everything. And when we first walked over to this private area, we sort of come through this little gate, and then just 2 guys are standing there. You can see one of them behind me. That's Alan Lazard. He was just hanging out there. I just was like, what's up, Alan? And then Tanner Angstrand, and I got to chat it up with Tanner for a little bit. Lou B introduced us, and I was like, "Oh man, this is sweet." And yes, that is the picture that people said, "Oh yeah, this is fake, right?" No, that is 100% genuine photo there.
Can
from
you
Lou B.
do something for the fans in the chat? Can you
Sure.
go? Can you say they're magically delicious?
I don't know. I'm not sure I understand the reference. I'm not sure.
No, can you just say it though?
But I don't even have the beard anymore, so I don't know if it's quite the same.
That person actually doesn't have a beard, so go ahead.
What? The guy who says it's magical. Oh yeah, I guess they don't. Well, wait. Oh well, I guess on that version of it they don't. No, but like, isn't that an elf where the thing is burning down? All those guys seem like they have beards. So
yeah, they're magically delicious is actually a leprechaun. Let's not be you're profiling here, which is unacceptable.
Okay,
but could Lou B at least acknowledge the fact that he was not taking it from some weird angle? That he was standing on the ground.
Well, he was on a hill, so
like
there was clearly an angle.
He wasn't laying on the ground.
He was holding something. So
tall.
yeah, the camera's definitely shifted here for sure. But yeah, shout out to Lou B. We've added that to your totals for this month. But that is true. That is me and Jets offensive coordinator Tanner Angstrand.
I think Neil's about to stroke out. Does he not see the link in the chat?
Neil has never seen the pinned link in the chat that exists on every single show as he's desperately searching for the link. It is pinned. It's pinned every time that we call into the show. So this isn't some conspiracy theory to prevent Neil from calling into the program. I just want to make that clear. I see it every time that Neil wants to call in that there's some difficulty of finding that button. I don't know why, but it is currently the pinned comment call into show. If people would like to call into the show, that is the way to do so. Yes. Anywho, let's go back to those phone lines because I know one guy found out where that button was. Let's go to Alon.
Good morning, gentlemen. First of all, to EZ, I'm glad he's read the chat for the last 3 months, as I've mentioned Logan Jones about 3,000 times. But
that's true.
I'm glad he listens and reads. Good.
Yeah.
What makes Logan Jones unique is he's an older player. I mean, he turns 25 in October. So he was a 6-year player to Iowa. He was the protege of Tyler Linderbaum. So I don't think he's going in the second round. I could see him slipping to maybe mid-third to early fourth. So he's a guy that I think could be had with a trade down from the second round. But again, as I said, the Josh Myers contract to me screams backup. I do not think he will start next year. I actually will be very surprised if he does. As much as I love Tyler Linderbaum, the Jets are in no way paying a center $20 million a year, especially in the next couple of years where they're going to have to pay their two tackles, and next year they're going to have to pay their guard. So I think there are some interesting centers in this draft, not only Jones, maybe Parker Braceland out of Alabama. I know there's the kid out of Oregon who might go in the second round. So I would not be surprised if our next starting center is a guy that we draft between rounds 2 and 4.
And you do, by the way, have them keeping Simpson this offseason, yes?
You know what? I'm a little intrigued. I'm a little worried about that. He has not been great this year. You see, AVT is an interesting one. First of all, I think they part ways. I think AVT goes back to the West Coast and gets a 2-year deal, maybe from the Chargers. I just don't see him coming back here. I can see the Jets investing in a guard in free agency and drafting a center to be their starting center. But you never know. They might bring one of those two guys back. But I initially thought that Simpson was going to be a $12 million guy. I don't know if he is anymore. He's just not been that great, and he might take a discount to come back. Do I really want him back? I don't know.
Yeah. It's just interesting to me that, the contract, I'm with you, Alon, that it's definitely not starting money, but it seems like it's more than backup money. So the contract to me was a little unusual.
It was a little rich. It's a little rich. I mean, they gave him a 200% raise from last year. Again, it's pretty much a 1-year, $6 million deal. But again, it allows their rookie to slowly get into the rotation. But again, if you're talking about a Logan Jones, he's 25 years old. I would be surprised if they draft Logan and he's not their starting center next year. A couple of other comments. First of all, congratulations to the great Josh Allen and his wife to be parents to be. Again, God bless him.
Nice.
Tomorrow, Drake and Josh, the premier matchup in the NFL. I like Buffalo in that game on the road.
I see what you did there, Drake and Josh.
You see, that's why I think it takes a while, but I think.
Okay, very
another
nice.
thing for you guys. Next Saturday, I get to watch A&M live. I can't wait. I'm excited to watch Notre Dame in the playoffs. Oh, I'm sorry, they just didn't make it. Happens nowadays. One more comment about free agency that no one really has mentioned. Right now, the Jets are, I believe, about $93 million under the cap. I think the Jets need to be smart in their free agent targets. Again, I would not sign anybody over the age of 26. So I know people have been talking about Alex Anzalone. I really don't want a 31-year-old linebacker in this unit. Rather than bring in a Leo Chanel who's 26 years old. As far as wide receiver, is if there's any way possible they can get an Alex Pierce, he'd be the perfect X receiver for this team. I don't think they're going to go crazy in free agency. Maybe a Quentin Lake as a safety, maybe go get one of their guards. I just hope they don't go nuts and try to sign the best free agents and overpay them. That's the most important thing. I hope Muji uses some sense. I've been really impressed with the way he's attacked the trade market. I hope he does the same thing as far as free agency is concerned.
Yeah, I imagine that Texas A&M and a lot of the teams in the college football playoffs are much happier with Tulane, James Madison, Alabama, who got skunk housed. And I don't know how those, I'm sure everyone's happy Notre Dame. They don't have to see Jeremiah Love running for 98 yards against them. I'm sure in one play. I'm sure there are a lot of teams that are happy Notre Dame's not in the playoffs.
Maybe it's time for you guys to not get so greedy and actually get into a conference. Okay.
No.
It might be. I understand you guys. I understand the Catholics in South Bend. They like to collect money and do not like to share the money. I get it. I don't blame you guys. There's no need to do so, but don't cry over spilled milk when you don't get the playoffs. And also, it's time to also play some better competition if you get in a conference, play some better teams. I mean, they beat one team in the top 25, and that's USC. And the other two games they lost. Again, I have no problem. I think Notre Dame should have got in over Alabama. I do not think they should have gotten in over Miami. I thought Miami should have got in.
And my viewpoint on that is, if they shouldn't have get in on over Miami, I understand how Miami had to matriculate up through the core. They started at 18, they had to work their way up. But when they were close, it shouldn't have been close. And if Miami's ahead, put them ahead. They're stupid.
That's where they fucked up for sure.
Asinine. Well, when they moved up, then we looked at. Shut up. They were either better or they weren't. Yes. Right? 3 weeks in a row. Come on. That's the reason people have a right to be upset. You can't be upset about the stupid the way it's set up with James Madison, Tulane. That is what it is, right?
Right. They get their spots, right.
You could be upset, and you can't be upset about Miami if they did it differently. You can absolutely be upset about Alabama, which is ridiculous. That's what I don't care about Miami.
How do they not move? I just don't like the inconsistency.
How Alabama, after they got stopped by 3 touchdowns, Notre Dame lost 2 games by 4 points. I just don't know.
Because they tell us that conference championships aren't supposed to matter in a bad way, like they can't punish you, but it punished BYU, and then Alabama didn't move. They lost their conference championship by getting beat with a pipe, and yet that didn't matter. So I just don't like the inconsistency. We should draw the line where the line is drawn. But
I agree with you guys, and I actually think that Notre Dame and Texas are 2 of the top 12 teams, and they didn't get in. So
go figure.
That's the bottom line. But again, I appreciate the show, and congratulations to Josh Allen. Well deserved, and he will beat the Patriots tomorrow. And as far as the Jets tomorrow, who gives a shit? 3-10 to 3-14. Again, if any Jet fan actually roots for the Jets to win in the next 4 weeks, they should give back their Jets card. Okay, lose out, get to 3-14, get a top 3 or 4 pick. Don't go overboard and go get Mendoza, and maybe you can draft the Carnell Tate, or maybe you can trade down and get a Caleb Downs. Again, you have all this ammunition. Don't go all in for Mendoza, or I call him Mendoza. Always a pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Well, there is Alon. I prefer Heisman-Doza, which again Saturday night tonight.
You don't know. Jeremiah Love is going to do a clean sweep. But
Well,
anyways,
tonight we'll see.
It's interesting to me. What is the average Jets fan? Do they want in that game where Buffalo and Patriots are playing? Who did this average Jet fan? I think I have an idea, but I'm wondering who the average Jets fan wants to win that game.
I want a bomb to go off in the stadium, to be honest with you. I'd rather neither of them win, but if I have no, like, I don't know. I hate them both. Like, the Bills have won the division 5 years in a row, so that sucks. And then New England, I've hated my entire life, so I don't know. I think New England's going to win, though, because they beat them the first time, and it's not just like, okay, now it's your turn. We share. You won the first one, so we win this one. That's not how it works. So, like, and the fact that New England, how are 2 11-win teams, Denver and New England, both home underdogs this week? That feels incredibly disrespectful, but, you know, I don't know. They have the big, shiny buildings in Vegas, so they know what they're doing, but it just seems a little bit off.
Anybody that could throw for over 200 yards in a quarter, you can't count them out.
Fair enough. Let's go back to the phone lines. Mr. Famous Fulton joins us.
Good morning, Mr. Paul. Good morning, Hop.
Good morning, Mr. Lockwood.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
What's on your mind, Mr. Famous Fulton?
Well, I'm about to head to my big show today.
Oh, yes.
Yep. So I'm getting ready for that.
Last audition? Could you do one last audition for us?
What would you like for me to do?
Well, what's happening today? You tell us.
Well, I'm doing my new original Christmas song I wrote on the radio today.
Okay, I don't know if you're allowed to. Are you allowed to reveal that one?
I don't think so. I'll probably do it on the radio show.
Can you give us some Mr. Lockwood action?
Sure, I would love to.
Oh,
Pop,
great!
you ready?
Here we go. Are you ready, Pop?
Ready.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Anything wrong? All right, Son Lockwood. How are you, Mr. Lockwood? Up for a stroll? Anything I can do for you? And you, young lady? You sure, lucky lady. Good night, Mr. Lockwood.
Wow. Do you understand what I'm saying here, Mr. Famous Fulton?
Yes, I do.
Wow, so talented. You're the best.
Thank you. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So, what do you guys think about the Philip Rivers thing for the Colts?
I'll tell you this. I love Philip Rivers. I think he is absolutely I think he's talented. I think he's eventual potential Hall of Famer. I love those Charger teams. Again, I know all those names off the top of my head, from Antonio Cromartie, Vincent Jackson, Darren Sproles, LaDainian Tomlinson, Lorenzo Neal, Sean Merriman, Lights Out, Chris Chambers. Like, all those talented Chargers teams should have won a Super Bowl. They didn't for a variety of reasons, but I love those Chargers teams, and they never got over the top. They got close to that AFC Championship game that Philip Rivers played with a torn ACL against the New England Patriots. So I like Philip. His dadgummits and his interesting particular nature about him, and it's a fascinating storyline. And the Jets are obviously invested because of the Colts' first-round pick. So, it's intriguing. Pop, where are you at on the whole Philip Rivers, 44 years old, coming out of retirement after 5 years story?
Well, I actually don't have that much longer on the show. I'm going to actually go play fullback for the Colts this week. So I've got to.
There you go.
I got to get on a jet here in a minute. But no, I think he can sling the rock. I mean, he's got. It's a uniquely fortuitous situation, right? He's going to actually delay his inductment into the Hall of Fame. But he's got Jonathan Taylor there. I mean, what are we talking about? So if he stands up, he's not going to be rolling out, but he can sling that ball around the yard. So I'm happy. I'm going to be watching that one.
I'm sorry, we had a flip. Go ahead there, Mr.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's all right. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. So. But yeah, we're supposed to get a lot of snow coming in today.
Well, hopefully not too much. And again, good luck with your performance tonight.
Hopefully I can. Hopefully I can make it there by 11. But it's gonna snow at 11 into I don't know how long it's gonna be. So it's Gonna be there.
Well, keep killing it, Mr. Famous
And
Fulton.
I
You're the
just sent
best.
you the link for the live stream today.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys want to listen to it, just send it on the chat, and everyone can listen to it.
All right, I'll share that out. Thank you, Mr. Famous
Yep.
Fulton.
Oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm playing basketball this year.
Nice.
And we're called the Hampton County Chargers this year.
Nice.
And we got 2 new players on our basketball team this year.
Okay.
So the jerseys we're gonna wear is red and white as the IU football.
Yeah. Go Hoosiers.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. So I'll be playing jersey number 24. So.
Ooh, nice. Marion Barber. Marion the Barbarian.
Yes. Yep. I sure am. So. So we've got some games coming up next month. So we got to get ready for that, and we've got a busy show coming up. So it's going to be a fun time. So.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Mr. Famous Fulton. Killing it. I'll share that link out in the chat.
Sounds great. See you guys.
There he is, Mr. Famous Fulton. Yes, I am Boy Green 25. That is my handle. But before Boy Green 25, I was Boy Green 24. My first jersey number in high school was 24 for Marion the Barbarian. Marion Barber, God rest his soul, one of the most talented, physically demanding, violent running backs. He was Earl Campbell reignited. Yeah,
I imagine he might have played that backyard game.
I feel bad for the poor soul. It was on the receiving end of any of that, but yes,
there's some. That's some good film to watch. Some good YouTube clips. We want to look at some runs, and there's one like he was hit by 3 or 4 people in the end zone that should have been a safety that he turned into like a 10 or 12-yard gain. That you watch some Marion the Barbarian highlights; they are pretty impressive, and he's the reason that. Many of the Cowboys, there's penalties or rules made because of him. Someone tried to tackle him by his hair one time, and it did not happen. He lost quite a bit of his hair that day. But
I'll have to go back and look at that one because I haven't seen Marion Barber highlights in a long time. Dave Briga, Marion Barber being 31, absolutely not true. He was 24. I think you're thinking of a different Marion Barber. I think that's what's happening there. But yeah, I'm talking about for the Dallas Cowboys, old Marion Barber, which again, I'll show it on the screen real quick because I love Marion Barber. Again, just man, I'm getting all the nostalgia seeing these jerseys. Yeah, here it is. Let me throw this up on the screen real quick. Beautiful jerseys. I know some people hate the Cowboys look, but let me throw this up right quick. Like, yes, here he is, and these are one of my favorite Cowboys jerseys I have in there. There he is, Marion Barber going airborne. The old 2-4, baby. The dreads out the back, the physical running style. He sought contact. He could go out of bounds. I could just fucking light this guy up. All right. And then just would aggressively run someone over and truck him. So, yeah, salute again. God rest his soul.
You've heard of the muscle hamster. He was the muscle gopher matriculating from Minnesota University.
There you go. And unfortunately, we also lost Doug Martin, muscle hamster as well. So a lot of unfortunate, tragic passings here in the football universe. All right, Pop. We'll take another phone call here before we put a bow on this puppy. We have over 200 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Let's go to one more, and let's go to him. It's Neil Sr., who found the call-in button. What's up, Neil?
What's happening, guy? Little, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to the internet. So
no, that's all right. No. Of course.
But, the Dallas had Marion Barber, but we had the best thumper, except for
John Riggins.
What'd you say?
John Riggins?
There you go. That was the thumper of thumpers. Hall of Fame thumper there, Pop. 100%. Not Marion Barber, please.
He wasn't Hall of Fame for the Jets, just to be clear.
I think he's a Hall of Famer overall, if I'm not mistaken.
And I believe if they play on the Hall of Fame website, if you play any amount of time for any team, you count as a Hall of Famer for their team. So we still got Ed Reed, Jason Taylor, LaDainian Tomlinson, Brett Favre. Let's go.
Pops, you're a YouTuber? I love the YouTube. I got to tell you, I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
That was one thing I love watching. And if you go to the John Riggins documentary on how he basically
John Riggins there, baby.
You know a lot about John Riggins, Pop, since he roasted Dallas many occasions on their way to the Super Bowl win for the Redskins. And, if you go back to that Super Bowl, he was like unstoppable in that whole run that the Redskins had that year. Do you remember that one, Pop? What'd you think of John Riggins?
Yeah, no, he was a solid. He was a very tough running back for sure. I was actually looking at his stats, and two quick things. We're talking about cancel culture. If you go back to the years, they don't call it the Washington Redskins on NFL.com anymore. They've changed the team that he played for to the Commanders.
The football team?
The football, yeah. So if you look at his stats, his career stats, it doesn't say he played for the Redskins because he didn't play one snap for the Commanders, just for the record. But I didn't realize he played so many years for the Jets. I thought it was a few, but it looks like it was about a half a dozen years.
Yes.
In
fact, I used to have his jersey when I was younger, and I was so depressed when we got rid of him. That was, to me, a Tom Seaver moment leaving the Mets. I'll tell you, I loved him. Remember he used to wear that mohawk. He was the first guy who had that like shaved head with the mohawk.
I like that. It was a good look.
And he was a rebel. He was not a conformist for sure. And that's one of the other things I liked a lot about him. But what most people don't know is that when he was in college, he was a track star also. Not only did he have power, but he could run away from cornerbacks down the sideline. It was incredible to watch him.
I think people forget because most of these Jets legends most of these legends that join the Jets happen at the tail end of their career. John Riggins started with us, and then he went to Washington. People forget that all the time.
And I'll tell you, he was fantastic. I was glad when EZ calls in from now on, and EZ calls me at home once in a while now.
Oh, nice.
I want him to make the Julia Childs. I want him to speak like Julia Childs when he's cooking his breakfast because he's dead. And then you have Alan, my new name for Alan.
Yes.
Giggles was my name before, but I got a new name for him.
Oh, okay.
Alan Kuiper.
Ooh, nice. That's
Mel
fitting.
Kiper. He has an opinion on everybody in college. He thinks he's a draft guru. And, frankly, I didn't see anybody paying him for his draft picks.
By the way,
last I checked, he's not on any of the major channels.
He does espouse a lot about the draft, but he doesn't have the hair. In fairness, he doesn't have the.
He needs the Pops. That's a good one. One thing I want to make a comment on, Pops.
Yes.
About Paul. Okay.
Oh boy.
I had 3 sons and a daughter. I lost a son at 22. My oldest son, was 6'2". He benched 405 in high school.
Wow.
He was an absolute monster. But my best athlete in the family is my 5'2" son, who played basically was in high school. He went to a very nice high school in Manhasset where I had him grow up, which is a big lacrosse town, by the way. They won the state several times in Long Island. They were like the original lacrosse. In fact, Jim Brown played lacrosse in Manhasset.
That's cool. Wow.
Little known fact. And my 5'2" son was a great football player. And he said, look, he was so good in his school. He was the best athlete in the middle school. And it was a small school. And I said, Michael, if you want to play football, you have to go play for St. Anthony's, which was ranked 4th. And they were highly ranked. They recruited kids to play. So I said, in order to do that, I took him to the South Shore of Long Island, where all the tough schools and all the tough kids are. I said, if you could play with these kids, you should go to St. Anthony's and play. And he did very, very well at 5'2". He started as a freshman. Now, he was also a wrestler, which I was in New Jersey. And New Jersey and Pennsylvania, as you know, probably the 2 best wrestling schools in the country.
Yeah.
And he was a great wrestler. I don't want to bore you, but here's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
He says to me, Dad, after he started his freshman year in football, he says, take me to the doctor. I want to see how tall I'm going to be. Take him to the doctor. He was about 5 foot at the time. Doctor says, you're going to be 5'2". That's the maximum height you'll be. Comes out of the doctor's office, not upset. He said, Dad, I'm 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing. He goes, I'm done with football. I'm going to be a state champ wrestler. He became a state champ wrestler. He wrestled Division I in college.
Wow. Congratulations.
And now then in college, he decided he wanted to be a lawyer. And he went to St. John's Law, which is my alma mater, that I couldn't get into St. John's Law School. And he's the youngest partner at a 300 lawyer firm here in Long Island.
You should be very proud.
Made partner. He's got 3 kids.
Oh,
wonderful kid. But don't fool that he's about as wide as this. And he used to toy with my 6-foot son that benched 400 pounds. He used to wrestle him in my basement. And one time, never got hurt. They're wrestling in the basement, and he gets on top of my 6'2" son, who was a monster. He's grinding him into the radiator. And I said, Michael, stop it. Michael, stop. My son's turning red. So he gets off my son. My son picks up my other son and drops him on the ground, slams him. Gets up. He goes, Dad, I just broke my collarbone. Take me to the hospital. That was the only time my son ever got hurt. My older son picked him up, and bam, right on his shoulder. And that was the end of that. But don't fool with a 5'2" person. That's
there you go, baby.
Because you'll regret it. He's got the cauliflower ear, the whole thing. He is a monster. Anyhow.
You've been warned, Pop. You've been warned, buddy.
That's right. Don't fool with the. And I'm going to tell you something. If you called my son a leprechaun, Pop, he'd have you in a pretzel so bad you'd be dying. You'd be crying for your mother.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not kidding you. And I know you're a big
pick on
guy.
people from New Jersey, so you know.
What's that?
I said I don't pick on the people from New Jersey in general.
Nice guy.
They have enough problems in life. So
Yeah, well, we're not. He didn't grow up in New Jersey. He grew up in Long Island. But you know, we had he great sport wrestling, great character builder. I don't know if any of your kids wrestled, Pop, but it was a great thing.
Not in school.
Right. At home, there was some
Pop,
cage
how old are
fights.
you? I'm just curious. Somebody said you're 74. You look good for 74. Are they obviously joking, or is that how old?
Yeah, I don't know where the 74 came from. I happen to be 57. 57.
Oh, very good. All right.
Okay, see,
I'm 64, going to a family Christmas in New Jersey. I'm actually going to that American Mall right right in the thing there. They have a crazy. I don't know if you guys ever been to that mall.
I have.
Crazy. They have a sports bar there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We're sitting in the sports bar, and a big window overlooks they actually have a snow mountain that people go down. They have an indoor snow trail that goes downhill. Did you know that?
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
You look out the window, and everybody's skiing, snow skiing down a mountain as you're having lunch overlooking it.
Oh, that's cool.
It is really cool. And they got these little cars the kids ride around in the mall. Real nice.
I appreciate the family stories, man. Those were good.
Yeah. I have a ton of them. But anyhow, as far as the Jets go,
yes.
You know, I don't understand why I call him Alan. I don't.
You can call him whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. Okay, so Alan wants Jet fans to root against the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's that all about? I mean,
I don't know.
Look, I really don't care if we win a couple of games here, because if we pick 4th or we pick 7th or we pick 8th, it only means we're going to have to give up more draft capital.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dreaming. I have a Christmas wish that we give up our entire draft and we get Joe Burrow somehow. If that ever
Let's
happens.
go.
You know, Pops, what should we give up to get Joe Burrow? How much of the draft would you give up to get him if you were a Jet?
Absolutely nothing.
Come on, Pop. Are you nuts?
If he has the talent that he has on offensively in Cincinnati around him, and that's the result, I don't want him coming to the Jets.
Well, let's put it this way. We know why. Well, his result, when he plays, the Bengals have a winning record if you look at his overall.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And he took him to a Super Bowl, and he was the most sacked quarterback that year when he went to the Super Bowl. So
if Garrett Wilson, this is not a dig on Garrett Wilson. If Garrett Wilson went to the Bengals, he'd be wide receiver number 3.
I agree.
And so if that's the talent that Joe Burrow would step into the New York Jets, he would not produce what he's producing in Cincinnati with those 2 wide receivers. He's a great quarterback. It's just he's not winning in Cincinnati. He brought them to the Super Bowl. They didn't win. But I think, and you also have to worry about he's got malcontent syndrome, right? He's been given everything he wants, including a contract, all the toys to play with, and he's still not happy. I'd be concerned.
All right. Well, one thing I will say, Pops, one thing you're missing is that offensive line. The reason Phillip Rivers is going back to the Colts is he's looking at their offensive line. And Daniel Jones had a fantastic first 9 games of the season because he was sitting back there for 5, 6, 7 seconds in the pocket, throwing to, whoever he wanted to obviously get open. You don't need to be a number 1 receiver if you have 5 seconds to get open. Even number 2s or 3s could get open with 5 seconds. So Phillip Rivers is back there because of that. The Jets offer one thing that a lot of teams don't, and that is if you're Joe Burrow, look, you're pigeonholed in Cincinnati. What do you really have in Cincinnati, Pops? I mean, when you think about it, it's a horrible franchise. It's been as bad as the Jets, if not worse, before he got there, right?
It's true.
I mean, could you really say that Cincinnati is a franchise you really want to play for?
I would say not. No, especially their
I would say the Jets,
Velcro
and
wallets.
I've said it before, Rodgers, and I've said before that the Jets just need a competent quarterback. They don't need a superstar quarterback.
I'd take a superstar quarterback, though.
I would take look, we need something. We need something spectacular, Pops, not just an okay thing. I don't know about you. I mean, you don't really have the Super Bowl aspirations me and your son have. For the Jets winning a Super Bowl, you'd probably be jealous since Dallas never won one. But I would say Joe Burrow gives you a much better chance to get to a Super Bowl. If we got him this year and gave up our whole 26 draft and part of our 27, and we have free agency to put a couple weapons there. I mean, our weapons are not horrible, Pop. I mean, I think Taylor could be a really good tight end if we had a quarterback to throw to him. And Garrett's really good. We have possibly a number 2 or 3. Maybe we get another good 2 or maybe get a 1. Got a running game and we got an offensive line. That's the only reason if Joe Burrow comes to New York, think about his endorsement deals, Pop, what he would get in endorsement deals to be a New York quarterback. Are you kidding me?
It would be pretty good.
We'd make a statue of him at MetLife, and he didn't have to throw a snap yet. He'd be the best quarterback we ever had.
I would put a statue right now of Joe Burrow up at MetLife Stadium. We'll see if any of that can potentially happen. Who knows? You never know. Maybe. By the way, one last call real quick. It's your guy Badshaw here in the dark. Badshaw?
What's up?
What's up, Badshaw? How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you, buddy. What's going on?
We can hear you. Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Okay.
Okay. I guess y'all can't hear me.
I think you can't hear us.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
I just wanted to wish a happy birthday to my wife.
Oh, yes.
I think it's delayed, so I'm just going to talk this out and get off. But I just wanted to wish my beautiful wife a happy birthday. And thank you for all that you let us do and whatnot, and go to Jets games with me and go meet all you crazy bastards with me and all that good stuff. And I hope everybody has a good weekend, guys.
There he is, Badshaw joining us. I do believe there is a delay, but we were able to get your entire message there, Badshaw. So thank you very much. Big shout out again to Badshaw, and again, a wonderful shout out to his wonderful wife. That's terrific, Pop. Huh?
Absolutely. I never asked Badshaw. He's from Arkansas.
That's correct.
And I don't mean to do stereotypes. Is his wife in any way related to him? But anyways, I digress.
Based on looks, I would say no. Badshaw again outkicked his coverage there.
Your fact has now been validated.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it. So again, shout out to the Badshaws. It was lovely meeting both Badshaw and his wife, which was terrific at all of the events. So again, happy birthday. Real quick, I just want to give another shout out to Johnny Boy. Again, Johnny, we're all thinking about you, pal. It's wonderful to hear It's wonderful to hear you even jump into the comment section. That was great and a lovely surprise. So thank you very much. And Badshaw, we appreciate that. A couple things, and then we're just going to wrap up here on the program. I want to let you guys know that there's another giveaway happening on our channel that is for free. Man, free is the best one out there in the universe. It is this. I'm going to throw it up here on the screen. Here we go. It is the youtube.com/@MC Show Digital. I'm giving this away right here. The official 1972 New York Jets yearbook cover has Joe Namath and John Riggins on the front cover. I'm giving this away to one of our first 450 subscribers. We're up to 408 on that YouTube channel on your screen. That's youtube.com/@MC Show Digital. I'll put the link right now. I'm going to drop it in here on YouTube. If you guys subscribe to this channel, this is my digital radio show that we do all kinds of content on. So all you have to do is go ahead and click this one and jump on in and make sure you subscribe. That'd be wonderful. All right, we've got a special surprise here. Let's go to it. Johnny boy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh my God, Johnny! How are
Hey,
you
Johnny.
doing, man?
Hey, Johnny. I'm good. I was hearing you guys in the background, and I was like, let me call in real quick. Thank you to everybody who's been reaching out. I appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, dude, Jets, we gotta win. I don't know why, but just win, damn it. And this, I heard somebody said Saints. Who is that? Because they don't even know who that be or what we be. Who would they be?
That's my brother. My brother's a Saints fan, Johnny. Yeah,
I know. I'm just giving some.
I appreciate that.
You got the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Saints.
Yeah.
And then the Jets.
Yeah.
And then you got the Celtics.
Yeah.
And the Sox.
Yeah.
These meds are kicking in, I would say, to hear all of that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But I appreciate you guys. And shout you guys out and thank you.
Yeah.
For coming on and stuff. I'm trying not to see all the nasty crap that's coming out.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
But appreciate you guys, and hey, nothing's guaranteed the next day, man. Hug each other, just reach out to somebody, just be able to just show some. Man, I love that you always bring your pops on, because you know how I am with my father and stuff. And you know, I'm his only son, and he's never seen me all jacked up like this. And it kind of puts things into perspective, you know. So major shout out to everybody out there, and thank you so much for everybody showing and saying the kind words and stuff. So I appreciate everybody, and go Jets. Let's kick some ass. And I think I want Pavia, man. I think I like Pavia. I like the kid's moxie, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I'm just right now. I'm on a whole bunch of stuff. They just kicked me in, but I heard your beautiful voice in the background. It was like, make sure you call in. And I don't know if this is the Boy Green I remember. He used to have a long beard.
Yeah. You've been in a coma for a long time, Johnny. That was 30 years ago when I had that beard. Yeah.
Did we finally win the Super Bowl?
Johnny, you're gonna have to go back into this coma, and I'll let you know when it happens again. Maybe the next time you come out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys, man. And like I said, man, if you haven't talked to somebody in a while, just reach out to them, man, and just check on them and stuff. People go through a lot of things, and people are going through their own stuff without them even wanting them to know about it. You know, so it's, man, this community is really close-knit with each other, and I know we give each other a lot of crap, but at the end of the day, we're always here for each other. So, BG Pops, thank you guys for everything. Everybody that's reached out, I really appreciate it. It's a lot easier for me to talk than it is to text because of all the stuff that's in my hands and things. So, JETS, Jets. Let's kick some Jaguars ass.
There we
Later,
go.
guys.
All right, there he is, Johnny Boy. Oh wow. Well, first off, this one's for Johnny, man. A lot of surprises. I didn't know Johnny Boy would be in the chat. I didn't know he'd be able to call in. So again, our thoughts and love. Ah, man, it's great to hear Johnny's humor is still happening despite everything that's going on in his life right now. But it is an important message that tomorrow is not promised. Don't wait another day to call somebody. Don't wait another day to talk to somebody. Don't wait another day to do anything. So, Johnny, we love you. We love you. We love you. So please get well, buddy. We've got more Jets wins to see together, so just take care of yourself, pal. And man, that was a nice surprise, Pop. That I feel bad that while he's laying in a hospital bed, he has to listen to my voice. I don't know if that's going to do anything with the healing process more than anything else, but it's great to see Johnny. A nice way to end the program here, Pop.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I've had one of those tubes. That tube goes through your nose, down the back of your throat, into your stomach.
Yeah.
And it is the insertion of that tube is the worst thing imaginable.
And can you imagine trying to talk on a podcast interview and do that while that's going on? That's he's an absolute trooper. So shout out there. So again, that's a good way to end the show. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the program. Again, the most important thing is our prayers up for Johnny, which we appreciate during this time. In case you missed it, Johnny, unfortunately, Johnny Boy had to go to the hospital for a situation to have some stuff worked on. I don't know what's allowed to be shared. So just again, he's healing up hopefully, and hopefully Johnny will be just a-okay. But it was great to hear from him today. It's the first time I've heard from him. So great news there. All right, Pop, any final words as we put a bow on this? And this will be our final show today before tomorrow.
Yeah, no, just look out for each other, take care of each other. And, whatever you're rooting for tomorrow, Jets, Jags, is it the tank or the win? I don't know. We'll watch. We'll listen to Boy Green, and make sure you tip your bartender and waitresses while you're listening to Boy Green.
Amen. Please show your support. That's how I'm able to do all this. So everything you guys contribute is how I'm able to support my family. So I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, prayers to Johnny Boy. And we will be back tomorrow morning for a game day episode of Boy Green Daily. Take care, everybody.